Did you know about 1 in 10 people aged 60 and above in Singapore have dementia? According to the Institute of Mental Health, 56% of people living with dementia reported that they require frequent care, compared to 2% of seniors who do not have dementia. Most people living with dementia will feel loneliness and rejection. We at Navigate set out to understand more about what it's like to live with dementia. Here are some of our insights from an interview session with a person with dementia and his caregiver. A piece of advice given to people with dementia was that
when you get lost, don't be a moving target. Stay put in a certain area.
On the matter of dignity, the caregiver said,
I'm not about to dress my husband up, to say I'm dementia, right?
Some emotions experienced when they get lost was,
so if they get lost, what happens? You get frustrated, panic, and that itself already causes a lot of confusion.
In an additional interview conducted, the process of using navigational aids was highlighted. The spotlight was on a step commonly overlooked when using navigation apps.
A step that needs to be done before even using Google Maps or GPS is keying in the zip code. To have to find the address or code can be an additional challenge. If you key in the wrong code, you'll be going to the wrong place.
It was emphasized that
the end-to-end process is something that needs to be considered.
Something common said by the caregivers was the importance of keeping the person's independence.
But why did I not jump into making the home more dementia-friendly? Very simple. Because I want him to keep what he has, his reading skill, now that I find even his reading skills is affected.
After our research and interviews, we concluded that dementia patients often experience intense panic and an inability to focus when they become disoriented. This reveals a significant vulnerability in their wayfinding abilities, impacting their independence. To showcase the difficulties faced by someone with dementia, let's take a look at our user persona. This is Uncle Gary. He is 55 years old and has mild dementia. On a daily basis, Uncle Gary likes to socialize with his friends and exercise in the nearby park. Due to his condition, he is uncomfortable in large crowds due to excessive stimuli. He has occasional memory lapses and difficulty reading signs that have long or small text. To put things into perspective, here's a day in the life of Uncle Gary. Today, Uncle Gary is going to the market for groceries. However, when leaving his home, he feels apprehensive due to his occasional lapses in memory. This feeling continues until Uncle Gary reaches the lift lobby. He walks along the HDB corridor, steadily becoming more worried and confused by the repetitive surroundings. When Uncle Gary reaches the market, his senses are overwhelmed by the noisy environment, leaving him even more confused and disoriented. Due to overwhelming noise, Uncle Gary decides to leave the market as soon as possible without buying his groceries. On his way back home, he is yet again confused by the repetitive buildings and the unrecognizable environment, leading him to feel lost. The few signboards scattered around the area do little to ease his confusion. Uncle Gary tries to ask for help, but to no avail. The instructions given by the passerby are rushed and vague, with little regard to his situation.
Paise, rushing no time.
He ends up calling his son for help because he is not confident using navigation apps. His son then tells him to stay put and not be a moving target.
Okay, Pa, stay there, don't move, I'm coming to find you already.
Uncle Gary listens to his son's advice and stands still waiting for his son. Unfortunately, there are no areas nearby for people to wait at, and Uncle Gary can only stand on the side of the pavement. Passers-by are quickly becoming annoyed.
What is the uncle doing here, looking so lost?
What a relief Uncle Gary felt when his son finally arrived. As you may have noticed, a person with dementia faces many issues when wayfinding. Having gone through what it's like living with dementia, we came up with our problem statement. Most dementia patients get lost and confused in their daily lives due to overstimulating environments, facing challenges like overwhelming noise and difficulty reading signs, which leads to frustration and disorientation. As such, we have two potential directions we could focus on. Potential Direction 1. Confusion and disorientation may escalate feelings of stress and overwhelm, making those with dementia vulnerable. Unrecognizable or overstimulating surroundings then become a source of fear. Situations such as the ones seen in A Day in the Life of Uncle Gary, where repetitive HDB void decks, noisy marketplaces, and incomprehensible signage are some examples of unfriendly environments. One potential solution to this issue is by adding wayfinding checkpoints within eyesight. This allows a safer space for those with dementia to seek directions from, as well as to wait should they get lost. Potential Direction 2. Wayfinding challenges dementia patients' independence, as navigation abilities decline with memory loss. Unfriendly environments with lack of support then discourages them from maintaining their independence in wayfinding. The scenes where Uncle Gary is in the noisy market, being neglected by the public and unable to receive any help, highlight the lack of public awareness or attentiveness to the situation a person with dementia may be in. It also highlights the need for those with dementia to have support from other areas, one of which being technology. One potential solution to this issue is a subtle but identifiable wearable technology that traces and tracks movement. Moving forward, we aspire to develop the best possible solution for those with dementia. Navigate, your adventure's perfect aid.